Ah, blockchain. It's the technology that everyone's talking about, but no one seems to fully understand. Kind of like that one friend who's really into cryptocurrency. Proponents will tell you it's the future of everything, a decentralized utopia where trust is built into the very fabric of the internet. And they're not entirely wrong. Blockchain has the potential to revolutionize industries from finance to supply chain management. But before we all start investing our life savings in Bitcoin, let's talk about the elephant in the server room, the environmental impact. The energy consumption required to maintain a blockchain network is staggering, like enough to power a small country. And then there are the regulatory hurdles, scalability issues, and the ever-present threat of hacks and scams that make the Wild West look like a walk in the park. So, is blockchain the revolutionary technology that will change the world, or just another speculative bubble waiting to burst? Honestly, it's too early to tell, where everything from your toaster to your toothbrush is online and collecting data about your every move. Now, I'll admit, there's something undeniably cool about living in a world where you can preheat your oven from your phone. But this interconnectedness comes at a cost, and I'm not just talking about your privacy being auctioned off to the highest bidder. The IoT is a security nightmare waiting to happen. With billions of devices connected to the internet, the potential attack surface is vast and constantly expanding. And then there's the issue of data overload. We're generating more data than ever before, and frankly, I'm not sure we have the capacity to process it all. It's like trying to drink from a fire hose of information. Eventually, you're just going to end up soaked, confused, and probably a little bit sticky. 5G. It's the next generation of wireless technology, promising lightning-fast download speeds and a world of possibilities. Soon, we'll be able to download entire seasons of our favorite shows in the time it takes to say buffering, and self-driving cars will be zipping around like caffeinated hamsters on wheels. But hold on a second, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Rolling out 5G infrastructure is going to require a massive investment, and I'm not just talking about the cost of upgrading our phones. We're talking about installing millions of new cell towers, which, let's be honest, are not exactly known for their aesthetic appeal. And then there are the health concerns. Now, I'm not a scientist, but I've seen enough movies to know that constantly bombarding our bodies with radio waves probably isn't a great idea. The research on the long-term effects of 5G is still inconclusive, but maybe, just maybe, we should proceed with a little bit of caution. The gig economy. It's the future of work, they said. Be your own boss, set your own hours, wear pajamas to your home office. Sounds pretty great, right? And for some people, it is. The gig economy can provide flexibility and opportunities that traditional employment just can't match. But let's not forget about the dark side of this so-called freedom. For many gig workers, the reality is long hours, unpredictable income, and a lack of benefits like health insurance and paid time off. It's a system that often prioritizes speed and efficiency over the well-being of its workers. And then there's the issue of job security, or rather, the lack thereof. In the gig economy, you're constantly hustling for your next gig, never quite sure where your next paycheck is coming from. It's a precarious existence that can leave many workers feeling anxious and financially insecure. Remember those blissful early days of the pandemic when we all thought working from home in our pajamas was the ultimate dream? 2 years and countless Zoom meetings later, the shine has definitely worn off. Don't get me wrong, remote work has its perks. No more soul-crushing commutes, increased flexibility, and the ability to wear sweatpants all day, every day. What's not to love? Well, for starters, there's the whole work-life balance thing. When your home is your office, it can be difficult to disconnect, leading to burnout and a constant feeling of being on. And let's not forget about the isolation and loneliness that can come with working remotely. Humans are social creatures, even us introverts, and spending all day, every day staring at a screen can take a toll on our mental health. And then there's the whole cybersecurity nightmare. With more people working remotely than ever before, companies are prime targets for hackers and cyber criminals. And let's be real, if your home Wi-Fi password is still password 123, you're basically asking for trouble. Ah, cryptocurrency. It's the Wild West of finance, a digital gold rush where fortunes can be made and lost overnight. One minute you're buying a pizza with Bitcoin, the next you're checking the price of ramen noodles because your entire life savings have evaporated. Volatility aside, cryptocurrencies also face an uphill battle when it comes to regulatory acceptance. Governments around the world are scrambling to figure out how to regulate this new asset class, and the lack of clear guidelines has created uncertainty and confusion in the market. And then there's the whole issue of security. Cryptocurrency exchanges are prime targets for hackers, and stories of stolen funds and scams are all too common. So, is cryptocurrency the future of money or just another speculative bubble waiting to burst? Honestly, it's anyone's guess. So there you have it, a whirlwind tour of the technological and economic trends shaping our world. Are you feeling overwhelmed, terrified, maybe a little bit nauseous? That's understandable. The future is a messy, complicated place, and it's easy to get bogged down in the doom and gloom. But here's the thing, we're not powerless. We have the ability to shape the future we want to see. We can demand ethical AI, sustainable blockchain solutions, and a gig economy that works for everyone. We can bridge the digital divide, invest in education and healthcare, and create a more just and equitable society. It's not going to be easy, but hey, no one ever said saving the world was going to be a walk in the park. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go unplug my smart refrigerator just in case.